Good morning, everybody. What's going on? We're just stopping here real quick to scale the truck because PA likes to randomly, surprisingly open up rest areas as scales, as truck scales. You just never know when they're going to do it. So, figure I'll be safe and run me through the cat scale here. See what we are.
First way reweigh.
First way.
Tractor number, please.
21.
You said 21, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're all set.
Thank you. Now I'm gonna perform a trucker no-no and pull into the fuel lane. But as you'll be able to see as we pass the fuel lanes here, there's like nobody in them. So it ain't no big deal. It ain't no big thing. But you'll still have people that get offended by it. Spot right there. What open spot? I don't really like to have the camera zoomed in when I'm doing a dash mount video, but at nighttime, just the lighting is better, I guess. Yeah, look at this. All these open fuel lanes. I'd say we're okay. For a few minutes to go and get a scale ticket anyway. Yeah, we're good on the weights. Just fine and dandy. Just wanted to be safe though. We're gonna go. We're gonna get on out of here. Like I said, the weights are all good, and yeah. I know I'm gonna get somebody saying something about the fuel lane, but like I said, there's nobody here. Hey, you know, it is what it is. 4 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning. Not much traffic, but we're gonna get going, and I'm gonna do a review, another review later on about this Big Boss tuner. It has been, I just got the best fuel mileage I've ever gotten with this truck, and I was pulling some heavy weights, and I had this thing on the power setting, and it did phenomenal. 5.9 miles per gallon. 5.9. Going through Pennsylvania with about 42,000 pounds in the box one way and about 25,000 in the box the other way. And 5.9. And that was including, what, about 10 to 11, no, more than that, about 12 hours of straight idle time. And next week on Tuesday morning, we're getting a new APU put on the truck, a GREEN APU. So I did the math, and had I not idled the truck, had I had the APU and not idled it during that stretch, I would have been up in the mid sixes, about 6.5 mpg. I would have been up to if I hadn't used those gallons to idle the truck. 6.5 mpg and a freaking compound turbo Caterpillar Acer under the hood of a Peterbilt 379 with a 270-inch wheelbase. I mean, seriously, you know, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. But anyway, that's for another time. So let's go ahead and get on up the road. Oh man, guys, look at that sunrise. That is man, that's a view. That is just an amazing sunrise. Oh, that's so bright. Like, you know, extremely, what I'm looking for here. Just very warm most beautiful sunrise I've ever seen. Amazing things about this truck right here, and it's just me, as it's the inner child in me, and why I bought this truck. But the view over this hood, you've got the sunrise glistening off of the hood of this truck, the long hood on this truck. And it just amplifies the absolute beauty that is this sunrise. I mean, you can kind of see it reflecting off the hood in the camera, but golly, that's amazing. That is just beautiful. Honestly, one of the most beautiful sunrises I've ever seen. And I've seen sunrises on multiple occasions over the Bahamas, over Mexico, the Keys in Florida. I've seen sunrises in areas that you don't think you could ever top. Lake Superior, that right there, that sunrise right there might just have topped every one that I've seen. That is awesome. I don't think I've ever really geeked out before over a sunrise. I was recording, but then my phone stopped recording, so I think I just had too many videos on there. Just had to delete a whole bunch of videos. Anyways, let's get out there and check it out. See if I don't smell anything, but let's go ahead and check it out, see what it's doing. I don't see anything leaking. I think we're good. We must have been smelling a passerby or something. There's that sunrise. Nice. Holy cow, guys. They had blueberry muffin coffee at this TA. I had to get me some of that. I think I can probably deduct some of my own man points on that one, but I don't care. It's worth it. Oh my God. That's worth a few man points. That's good. Alright guys, let's try this again. I don't know what the last thing was that you heard before the phone cut out. Obviously, I said when I got out and was looking at the engine, I was checking for any coolant leaks. But yeah, when I was driving down the interstate, I caught a big old whiff of coolant. Just, you know, that's what it smelled like anyway. You know, sometimes when you've been out here long enough on the road, or hell, you don't even have to be a truck driver, just a competent backyard mechanic. You get to learn, you know, what different liquids and fluids in your car smells like in your truck. You know, differences between the coolant and the gear oil and the engine oil, things like that. You know, there's distinctive differences. And coolant is obviously, well, I shouldn't say obviously if you don't know it, but coolant, if you don't know, is a much sweeter smell. And I had that whiff coming in to the truck, and sometimes you're getting it through the vents because it's, you know, but you might have heck, you could have a leaking heater core. Usually a leaking heater core, you'll get coolant on the floor. But, you know, you'll have like a hose or something go, you know, bust or something up front, and it'll carry the scent of the coolant through your vents. So whenever you smell coolant out here, it can kind of throw up a red flag for you. But like I said, it may have just been a truck that was passing by, or it may have been nothing at all. It may have just been my mind playing tricks on me. Who knows? But anyways, let's get back on the road. Enjoy my blueberry muffin coffee. Carry on. Well, guys, this is a first for me. I was walking around the front of my truck, and yeah, I nailed a bat. You know how you get things stuck in your grill, like bees and moths and butterflies and dragonflies? Well, I got a bat stuck in my grill. It's either a bat or it's one of Jeepers Creepers' offspring. I don't know which. But either way, we've bettered the world. Anyway, I'm going to go do what I got to do. Yeah. Where's Ozzy at? That didn't work. There he goes. Ew. Carrier bearing. Just recorded that all, but it was all in slow motion. But yeah, I'm here at the shop right now getting a PM done on the truck, and a new carrier bearing. As you saw there, my carrier bearing was sloppy. I've been feeling some vibration. been feeling it under the floor, under my feet. And I thought it was the carrier bearing, either that or the U-joint right behind it. And it was the carrier bearing. So I'm glad it was, that it confirmed what I thought it was. That way I feel better about you know, getting fixed up. They put new tie rod ends on it too. It was pulling to the right, so put new tie rod ends on it, and they're going to do an alignment. And we should be good. Getting it all taken care of before tomorrow when I go to Green APU and get the new APU installed. So just getting her all buttoned up. I don't know, the one tire, the passenger steer, kind of wore a little weirdly. It crowned in the middle instead of being flat all the way across. So I don't know if I'm going to get a new tire on it today or not. As long as it doesn't, tire itself is still good. I just don't want it to make it pull to the right more, even after all this is done. So we'll see after they align it and take it for a test drive, see if it still pulls to the right, and if it does, then we'll probably throw a tire on it. So how do these work exactly?
Laser beams.
Laser beam?
Yep. Shoot lasers out of that hole.
Which hole?
The little hole right there on the base.
Oh, okay. Nice.
That here. I think it's there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. All I know is if I drop my ass in grass.
I can imagine they're not very cheap.
Hey, did they say they were getting a tire in, or?
He didn't say anything yet. I'll go double check and see. All right, we're out of there. We're out of the shop. The truck is aligned perfectly. Driving straight down the road. New carrier bearing is installed, and it's night and day difference down there. I mean, it's driving great right now. Night and day difference. So now we're just going to go ahead. Tomorrow we'll be getting that APU put on. I can't wait. Well, we just got the truck washed. Waiting on them to do the finishing touches, and we're good to go. Good deal. They're rinsing off the top of the hood. There were still some soap suds up there. All right. Got to get this thing looking nice and clean for the Green APU installation tomorrow. Well, later today, actually. Alright, good to go. Well, I got to turn the reefer back on. Oh, let's do that. Yeah, whenever you got a reefer and you go into a blue beacon, they make you turn it off if it's running. I reckon to keep the fumes out while they're working on the stuff, you know. But let's get out here and look around at the truck and go turn that reefer back on. Oh yeah, she's looking good. It looks so much better. Sweet, they got the grease off the catwalk. That's good. You know you've got the right truck when here comes the reefer. You know you got the right truck when you can stand outside the wash bay as they're washing it and just look at it in pure admiration. I love this truck. I really do. Alright, well, we just got the truck washed as you saw back there. Yeah, we're heading up to Chicago now. Get this load dropped off, I'll pick up another trailer from there and go get the green APU put on. I'm getting, the closer I get to it, the more pumped I'm getting about it. But yeah, like I said earlier today, we were at the shop getting some stuff done to the truck. And man, these TMC trucks have been turned up. Let me just mosey on by them. There we go, there we go. I hate to be sitting right next to a truck any longer than I got to. But yeah, anyway, the truck had quite a bit done today. And that's why I really like the shop that I go to. Because for everything that I had done, for everything I needed done, they did in one day. I mean, that's, you know, that's pretty good. I actually drove up there last night and took me and went to bed. That way I could be there bright and early because they're about 2 hours away from where I parked the truck now. And I wanted to be up there bright and early this morning so that they could get started on the truck right away because they were doing a PM and then they needed to do an alignment because I was having my truck was pulling to the right pretty bad. It was really getting annoying. So I wanted them to do an alignment and see if they could figure out, you know, what might be causing it. Nothing really abnormal. It was just a little bit out of alignment. What the passenger side, tires, guys. Tires are not easy to come by right now, especially the tires this truck uses. The passenger steer on here was wearing a little bit, I don't want to say weird, like it wasn't wavy, you know, it wasn't choppy, but it was kind of crowning a little bit, and especially on the outside shoulder, it didn't come out as a squared off edge like my driver's side tire. So they were looking for a tire to put on, and they couldn't find one anywhere to put on this truck. They couldn't find one. It's a 24/5 11-hour tire, so it's kind of a hard tire to come by anyway. But yeah, they couldn't find one. So what they did was they went ahead and flipped that tire around on the rim. So the good shoulder is on the outside. And it made it. I mean, it's, you know, they did that and they did the alignment, and the truck is driving like a dream now, an absolute dream. It really is. This is a night and day difference on how this truck is driving. Between that and then the new carrier bearing that they replaced because that one was kind of bad. It's just a night and day difference in how the truck's handling and driving. But I'll tell you what, though, something else with those tires, the prices are just, you know, I'm sure you all know, but man.
Doggone southbound, I think you can see the road okay, don't you, with all them lights? The lights off, you wouldn't have done what you did. That's what we call it.
But so yeah, the price on tires right now is insane. You used to be able to get this tire for about $500.
Hey, look good, they're on 58.
For about $500, you can get this tire for.
Hey, you're clear down to the circle. Circle is clear as far as traffic. Just be all you be, right?
I'm recording.
Have a safe day.
That's it. That's rude, guys. That's rude. I'm recording. I'm recording. Anyway, yeah, it used to be like $500-ish for one of these steers.
Hey, Jarvis, can I get a radio check? Loud and clear.
Working.
Appreciate that, you guys. Thank you.
I did my good deed for the night, even though I think somebody else beat me to it to tell him that his radio was working. But anyway, yeah, 500, 550, something like that. This tire now, $680. Well, that was for the Bridgestone. That's all they can even find was the Bridgestone. And I've got Firestones. I didn't want the Bridgestone. So the Bridgestone, which I think is a cheaper tire, the Bridgestone was $680. $680 for one tire, guys. Granted, like I said, it's an 11R 24.5 tire, but holy cow, you know. Now the shop did have 24.5 low pro Firestone tires like what I have. And they told me it wouldn't hurt anything if I put the low pros on the front while keeping the drive axle, the 11R. And I'm sure they're right, because there's no, you know, there's no correlation. I mean, it's just a dead axle, you know. There's no correlation there, no nothing really aligns with it. So, you know, and I was even talking to the shop owner about it, to Keith. And he was telling me, he's like, yeah, it won't make it, it won't hurt it. And they did have those 24.5 low pros in stock at the shop I was having it worked on. But the low pro and the Firestone like I have is $640, I believe is what he said. $640, $650, something like that. So I told him just to go ahead and just, you know, flip that tire around, because they even mentioned that before the tires availability. They said they could just flip the tire around and it should be should kind of start wearing better. So that's what I had him do, is just flip that. You stupid freaking Indiana roads. I swear I spent all this money on a darn alignment and everything, carrier bearings, all this stuff, only to drive over these crappy Indiana roads. Anywho, so yeah, I went ahead and just had them flip the tire around. Works better that way. It's, you know, the tread depth on my steers are still really good. So if we can start to get it wearing right, there's zero reason to, you know, give up on one of these tires when they cost what they cost. So they're not exactly expendable at that price, in my opinion. But at the same time, I am a very firm believer that of all 18 tires that these trucks have, the 2 tires you want to be the most careful with are the steer tires. You know, if you have any doubts at all, replace those tires. But I don't have any doubts on their integrity. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to be causing me to pull or continue to wear weird, you know. So we're good. We got all that. But yeah, man, like I said, I got all that stuff done today, and it's driving like a beaut. It's driving like a dream now. And then we just got the truck washed. She's looking beautiful. Levi, he, she, I don't know. It's Levi's very fluid, gender fluid. That's the term I'm looking for. It's a very gender fluid truck. Sometimes he's a she, sometimes she's a he. So it just kind of, it just varies on the day. feel good when I get the truck washed. You know, I feel better. I just do. I've been watching stupid bumps. I've never really paid attention to this YouTuber before until like this week. But I've been watching a lot of this guy Trucks content, and his stories are hilarious. I love his stories, and they make the night go by so fast for me. So I've been like binge listening to his stories as I go down the road. Really, you know, really awesome like that. But from what I just said though, about how I feel better when my truck is clean, I wonder if he'd consider that one of the super trucker characteristics. I don't know, maybe so, but at least I don't walk into truck stops with my headset on. But physically, I do kind of look like a trucker. I'm not gonna lie. Well, we're working on that. We're working on that. One thing I've really got to give credit to Green APU about is how fast they work you in. You know, I just made the order like last week, and I called. Like if you guys ever watch a Just Trucking video, he talks about talking to a lady in the office by the name of Dottie. And I didn't specifically ask for her, but when I called, she called me after I set up the financing. She called me to set up an appointment time. And I did not expect to get in there this fast. They're busy, very busy, but she's getting me in there, you know, less than a week after I've made the order. So that's fantastic. You know, I'm getting in there 8 a.m. in the morning to get the thing installed, and we'll see how long it takes. They didn't mention anything about it being an overnight issue or anything, or you know, where I'd have to count on getting a hotel room or anything like that. So from the sounds of it, it's just a relatively quick one-day installation, so shouldn't be too bad. And then I will head on back down home and grab another load going to Harrisburg, and I'll really be able to test it out there because I'll be taking my 10 after I get that load delivered. But anyway, enough of my talking. Well, here we are. A lot of trucks here to get their APU put on. But we've got an 8 o'clock appointment, so I'm going to go drop a trailer. Drop the trailer back there in a spot and get going. Alright, we're just driving the truck up here to the garage. So I'm going to back into the first bay, and then I got to go in and do some paperwork. Man, they do got a lot of trucks here. I'm seeing how many trucks are here. I'm feeling really fortunate that they're able to get to me as soon as they are. So that's cool. Let's see what this guy says here. Is that far enough back?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. We're inside the waiting area.
Allows you to wear it with a lot of things. You can keep the whole look feminine, or you can balance it and get a little edgy. Shoulders, Kayla, and look, yes. Yes, I mean, yes.
They even have a shower in here, everything. Nice shower. Some laundry. This place is pretty legit, I'm telling you what. I'm pretty impressed. All right, we got her on there. This is nice. This is really nice back here now. Oh yeah. See, it just uses, there's a system down there somewhere pumping out the cold air. I like it. Oh, there it is. There's where they put the module. It was right here. There, they might put it right there, but put it up on the cabinet by the fridge. Nice. Not really a fan of the exposed wires here, but it's probably about the best place they could put them. I was hearing it was kind of difficult for the wiring on these 379s. I guess they were saying it's just a little bit more tedious. But we're good. I'm gonna go and put some stuff back down here. I piled everything up on my shelves here so that it wouldn't be in their way. But yeah, they gave me a filter kit for the Kubota engine in case I need it on the road, and I just got to come back in about 1,000 hours and get a service done. And the first service, if I do it here, is free. So yeah, nice. I'm happy, very, very happy. Oh yeah, that AC feels nice and cold. I'm pretty pumped. All right, let's go ahead, go get hooked up to my trailer, and then I'm gonna find somewhere and go to bed. I am exhausted. Let's go ahead and get her done. Well, guys, the Green APU did very well on the first night. I'm very happy with it. One thing that kind of started to concern me a little bit, and a buddy of mine, he's got a different APU, but it also keeps the engine warm, the fluids warm, you know. And he talked about how his raised up the temperature on the truck, on the engine, you know, the coolant temperature, to the point where it kind of makes you a little concerned. Like it's warmer than operating temperature. You know, my truck operates at about 185 degrees on the coolant. You know, and then when you start pulling a grade or something, you know, it'll go up a little bit to whatever. And I usually don't like to let it get above 200 degrees before I kick on the fan. If I don't kick on the fan myself, then the fan will kick on automatically at about 210. But I don't generally like to let it go that high. But last night I flipped the key on after the AP had been running for a while, and I just wanted to check what the temperature was doing. And the coolant temperature was at about 200 degrees. Just from the generator, just from the APU, it was at about 200. So, you know, that's kind of cool. I mean, it's a little. It should be all right. 200 degrees is fine. So it was probably more around 195 to 200. So it's fine. But it was impressive at the same time. What that does for me is not only does it keep me from idling the truck on these warm nights or, you know, cold nights, as we're going to be getting into here soon, but it also keeps me from having to start the truck a half an hour to an hour before I want to get running, because I don't have to warm up the fluids anymore. You know, if that APU is running, the fluids are already warmed up. And in the wintertime, it can take an hour or so to get the oil temperature and everything up to where it needs to be. But, you know, with the coolant going up, the oil temperature goes up too. And so, you know, it's all kind of all with, you know, all one, so to speak, as far as that is. I mean, I know they're separate sensors, separate things, but you know what I mean. So when the coolant temperature is way up like that, the oil temperature goes up. And so I don't even have to run my truck for an hour in the morning, which means I don't have to get up as early before I start my shift. But it also means there's that much less idle time. You know, because I don't have to start the thing up early to let the fluids warm up. So that's actually very cool. I really like that aspect about it. But yeah, I was just so exhausted yesterday. I was so tired yesterday by the time they got this APU on, because I've been up since the day before, because I ran a load overnight, and then of course the truck was at the shop getting the APU put on. The day before that, the truck was at my shop getting everything else done to it, and and then I had to go drive with the load. I took the load to Chicago, which isn't too far of a drive, so I was fine to drive to get it there. But once I got to the shop at the Green APU, and the truck was in the shop there, I didn't have my truck to sleep in, and I was beyond exhausted. But I went ahead and they had a nice little waiting area with some reclining seats, so I was able to relax pretty well. And I got to give it to them, man. The folks there at Green APU. I know you heard some other channels mention names specifically there. One of them being Dottie. Really cool, real nice lady. And they actually buy you lunch while you're waiting. They have a great facility. They have showers. They have a laundry facility. Of course, bathrooms. And then when I got there and I signed myself in, they were like, "Here's a menu for lunch. Just write down on the menu what you want, and we'll order it." And I kind of thought, I'm like, well, I thought I would have to pay for it, which was fine. I was expecting to maybe have to pay for it. And I got this burger called the Falco Burger. Oh my God. It's, yeah, I talk about losing weight, or I talk about, wanting to lose weight, and I have been. But I was I was just as hungry as I was tired, I hadn't eaten since the day before. And there was a burger on the menu called the Falco Burger. And it was, I'm almost embarrassed to say it, but it was 2 half-pound patties. So 1 pound of meat. And sauteed onions and mushrooms and mozzarella cheese. And it was absolutely delicious. Oh my God, it was good. But I got that, and it came with a salad and fries. So I ate the salad. That sort of counterbalances the pound of red meat that I ate, right? I think it does. But yeah, Dottie brought the food up to us while we were in the waiting room, and it wasn't charged to me. I didn't have to pay for it. So that was awesome. Like I said, they provided that lunch for everybody that was up there. So that was actually really cool. But anyways, yeah, like I said, last night was I was super comfortable back there in the sleeper. It never really got too hot, but it was a little humid outside. And the humidity to me is what makes it unbearable. I just can't stand the humidity. So, I was running the APU, and that's just phenomenal, man. I slept longer than I wanted to. I kind of overslept my alarm, but that's a sign right there that my body needed the sleep, I had 2 alarms set, and I slept through both. You know, so I only overslept by a couple of hours, and I don't have anywhere that I have to be. I'm not on any kind of a time frame, so it's not really that big of a deal. I just wanted to get home a little bit earlier, but that is what it is. So I'm pretty happy about that. And today is my son's 5th birthday. I cannot believe that he's 5 years old already. I really can't. Every parent says that about their kids, but oh my gosh, I really can't. I can't imagine my life without my kids, without ever having met my kids. I can't imagine my life without them in it. You know? It's funny, when you become a parent, you become so much more sympathetic or empathetic. I'm not sure. I've never really learned the difference between the 2 words, but you become a lot more, I guess, sympathetic, you know, to when, you know, like, hear sad stories about other, you know, parents and their kids, and you just automatically think about your kids and think about what that would do to you as a parent if something like this ever happened to your kid. You know, like when somebody else is going through it, and I don't have anything specifically in mind. I'm just talking about how you know, how much more sensitive you get to those things as a parent. And you know, I'm just so lucky to be able to go through what I go through with my kids, and to have my kids in my life, you know. And like I said, watching my son with his sisters, you know, he'll get into some fights with his older sister, and I sometimes have to send him to his room the way he acts sometimes, but it's all part of growing, you know. But the way he is with his little sister, he is such a good brother. I feel like he's going to be a great protector of his little sister. He's going to be that brother that everybody knows not to mess with his little sister. He just is, man. You know. Oh, it's really amazing. He's so good with her. He really is. But anyways, yeah, we're going to finish our drive home, and we'll go get this trailer dropped off, and then I go home, and I come back out tonight for Harrisburg. And it's something else too I'm grateful about, you know, with where I'm at right now at Red Eye. You know, Mike, the owner of Red Eye, is super flexible. You know, I told him a couple weeks ago that I was going to get this APU put on, and you know, there's a lane that comes up within 30 miles of where Green APU is, and so he was like, oh, I'll just give you one of those runs. You can go up there, you know, and then that way you're not going up there for nothing, and then just take your time, get it on there, and get the trailer back when you get it back, you know. Very flexible, very, you know, very fortunate to be here. But yeah, guys, with that, we'll just finish this drive on to the house. Alright, we're back to the Jeep now. We're going to get ready to go home. But first, I'll show you kind of a little bit of what they did for the APU. Like I said yesterday, I was just too exhausted, way too exhausted to go through what all went down and what happened and all that stuff. So I'll just show you real quick. There's really not much to it. It's pretty simple. I'll show you the control unit, and then I'll show you the box under the bunk from the outside. But excuse the mess back here. I have it reorganized. I had to take everything out and just kind of shove stuff into closets to make room for them to work in here. You know, lifting the bunk up and all that stuff. And they gave me an inverter. I didn't think I was getting an inverter. I thought the inverter was extra and I didn't need an inverter. So I said, I don't need an inverter. When they, when we started the whole thing 2 weeks ago. But I've got an inverter, a second inverter, another 2000 water. It's a brand that I don't like, but I've got one. So it's the yellow one that you buy at Love's. I guess that's what they give you at Green APU when you have an APU put in and you want the inverter. But yeah, they put it in the driver's side closet. So it's not too, I mean, I'm not going to be mad that I got an extra inverter, even if I am paying for it. I don't care. It's not a very expensive inverter. I mean, you know, so I've got that inverter. Then I've also got a 2500 watt inverter on the passenger side in the glove, not in the glove box, in the closet. So I've actually got 4500 watts of usable wattage, right? That's how that works. You just add them up, right? You've got 4500 watts of usable power. That's not how that works. Oh, damn. All right, well, that's a bummer. All right, so let me just show you the control panel. Yeah, I have not made my bed yet. All right, it's a little dark back here. So we can get some lights on in here. But there it is. I'm not going to mess with it right now because the engine's running, but you know, I just wanted to show it to you. I think I maybe put this on in another clip, but I was so tired that I forget. But I think I remember saying something about how I'm not a big fan of how exposed the wires are. It just kind of looks, you know, looks a little not good, a little sloppy, I guess, but I guess there's really no other way to do it. But other than that, I mean, they did a great job with installation. But yeah, so yeah, I got that yellow inverter down there. Got some other stuff in there right now, but that's the inverter that came with it, that they put in here with it. So, all right, so yeah, not bad, not bad. It's let me go out there and show you. Well, let me go ahead and pull the Jeep out of the parking spot and put this in the parking spot, and then I'll show you the under the bunk. All right, let's just go get the truck turned around so I can get in the spot there. I parked my Jeep in a bad spot. I shouldn't have parked it there. Yeah, see, even without a trailer, this truck is so long and has such poor turning radius that if I want to nose in, I've got to swing wide, even without a trailer. See, I'm at full lock right now, and I'm not going to make this turn. That is definitely the absolute biggest downfall to this truck, even more so than the fuel mileage. Now I got an Acura blocking my parking spot. What the heck, man? What the heck, man? Here we go. Yeah, man, boss's truck cleans up pretty good. I like it, Mike. Looking sharp for a Lone Star. He's missing part of his hood, though. If he wants to be called a large car. Oh, Mike, you know I had to say something. All right, let's get on out of here, and I'll show you the underside of the bunk, where the heater and AC elements and everything are, and then we're gonna get out of here. But yeah, I believe I got a blown head gasket on here. I don't know for sure yet. I'm gonna go. I need a code reader. I don't even have a code reader, but yeah, I might have a blown head gasket. It's not, well, I shouldn't say it's not exhibiting any of the symptoms, but it's not low on power. There's no coolant in the oil. But when you look at the coolant reservoir, it is bone dry. Bone dry. No coolant in the reservoir when there used to be. So yeah, that's, you know, and when I start the thing up, it, and I thought, you know, I said it already, but I thought when I saw this before that maybe it was just from sitting for so long, you know, when I'm gone, that maybe it's just built up some condensation. But, you know, we as car guys do that. We try to make everything, every possible issue that could be a really big issue, we try to lessen the blow by making it to be not really in it. To make, we try to make non-issues out of issues. You know, so you try to justify everything by making it be like, oh, it's nothing, no big deal. But after the check engine light came on, and then I noticed that I have no coolant in the reservoir, I'm thinking that the white smoke I'm seeing coming out of the exhaust was not just condensation. So I could be wrong. We'll go get the check engine light checked on, and if, you know, there's several different you know, codes it could be that could be a possible issue caused by a blown head gasket. Random misfire, a cylinder specific misfire, and I know misfires usually make the check engine light flash, but not if it's like not all the time, if that makes sense. It can still misfire and just give you a steady flashlight, or give you a steady check light instead of a flashing light. But also a bad throttle body, or a bad, not throttle body, a bad thermostat. You know, like throw a code for a thermostat on these Jeeps. That's a common sign that you have a blown head gasket. So, you know, we'll just have to see what the code says. But let's go ahead and look at the inside under the bunk real quick, and I'll show you. But yeah, that looks good. I like this on here. I like that a lot. Worked splendidly last night. And it's got a 2-year, 3,000-mile warranty. No, I am not sponsored by them like somebody else on YouTube is. I'm just telling you the facts. 2-year, 3,000-hour warranty. The first 1,000-hour service, they will do for free if you take it to them. They'll do the service for free, so that's cool. Yeah, I got my extra filter and stuff there. All right, but yep, there we go. There it is right there. That's the, of course, there's the ducting for the AC and everything. And then right there is the heater. So that's really all it is, man. That's all it is. Like, they had to come in through the floor right there. So yeah, that's not bad. I like it there too, honestly, because it breaks up the storage area down here. If I had load locks or something, I probably wouldn't like it there, because I've had different Peterbilts before with the all the way through style, and you could put load locks inside there, but I don't use load locks. So you know, they are provided by the customer, so I don't need load locks. So I like having the breakup, the separation there. That way I don't have things that might slide right into the middle where you can't reach. That's always been kind of a pain with this truck. If I have something over here on the end here, I know they have little stops there, but you might put something on top of something else and then it slides, and then you got to get creative on how to reach it. I mean, I know you can just lift the bunk up, but sometimes it's not that simple, because you might have stuff in the way on the bunk, and it's a pain in the butt to get to that way. But it's nice. It has, you know, I know nothing's going to slide further than that, so we're good. Oh, hey, B. I'm excited about that. It'll save me a ton of money, because I do idle a lot. So I'm the kind of driver that if I'm going to sleep, I am going to be comfortable. I don't care what it costs. The most important thing out here, of course, is safety. But to make sure you're safe, you've got to make sure that you have a good night's sleep. And if you're not comfortable, you know, when you try to go to bed, and if you can't sleep, you're not gonna be safe. So I you know, I've always idled the truck if I need to. If I'm even the slightest bit uncomfortable, I idle the truck. That's just what I do. And honestly, when you factor in all the money that it costs to idle, especially with where fuel is right now, the cost of this thing per month, even with the cost of this every month, I'm going to be saving like close to $1,000 in fuel. Well, I'll be saving like, you know, almost $1,500 in fuel every month, but about $460 of that every month is going to go into the payment for this. But, you know, and I do have to get it insured. It is an insurable item. So I'll have to call my insurance company and make sure that it's on there. Of course, it makes sense. It's not legally, and like legally speaking, you don't have to insure it like you do a car or something, but it has to be insured for the aspect of the financing. You know, that way if it gets destroyed before I get it paid off, the finance company is not left on the hook, which I would then be on the hook, but I'd be on the hook for something I don't have anymore. Man, I am just like, I'm awestruck with this truck. I really am. I love it. With this APU, judging by the fuel mileage I have been getting, I really should start to see the low sixes. I should start to see the low. I mean, like I said, the last time I checked my MPG, I was at 5.9 MPG. And that is with like 11 hours of straight idle at 900 RPM. You know, and if you do the math, had I not idled for that 11 hours, I would have probably gotten about 6.5 MPG. 6.5. So that, you know, 6.5 MPG in a 2005 Peterbilt 379 large car with a 270-inch wheelbase with a Caterpillar A-Cert compound turbo. That's a win. But with that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here, and we're going to go home. And like I said, it's of course my son's birthday, so we're going to go home. And on the way home, I'm going to get this thing checked out real quick, see what it is. And, you know, what I'd love to do, honestly, is if it's the head gasket, what I'd absolutely love to do is just find a 5.3 Chevy LS motor and shove it in there. I don't know the logistics on that. I don't know if I'd have if it would even be remotely compatible with this transmission. You know, but honestly, just the engine though, if I did that, that would probably be the same price as getting the blown head gasket replaced. That's the sad thing. It'd probably be just as much money to just throw a 5.3 in here as it would to replace the head gasket. So that's assuming somebody else does it. Maybe. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Keep surviving to thrive out there, guys. And well, I appreciate y'all watching. I don't say that enough. But I definitely appreciate y'all watching. I know I don't put videos out that much. And this video right here, I don't know when this one will come out. I've got a couple others that I'm editing yet to put out before this one. You know, so I'm kind of backlogged. So we'll get them put out. But I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching. Y'all have a good one out there and stay safe.